So, Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior is a sequel to 1979's Mad Max, and like Mad Max 2 was once again directed by George Miller. In the film, we once again follow Max, who is once again portrayed by Mel Gibson, who after the events of that first film has become a very cynical drifter who in this film comes across a small community of people that happen to have a lot of oil, and he agrees to help them get rid of and essentially get away from this horde of, well, bandits. Before I continue with my review, welcome to my channel, everybody. For those of you who are coming to my channel for the very first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you do not miss a single video from me in the future, whether it's another review or reaction, and join me on my journey to 10K subscribers and beyond. And for those of you who are coming back to my channel, welcome back, guys. I am so happy to see your faces once again. Really quick as well, start a conversation below. What do you think of Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior? Is that your favorite film of the franchise, or is your favorite film of the franchise Fury Road? What is your favorite film of the Mad Max franchise? Let me know below. Alrighty, guys, so let's get into Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior.
Excellent!
Man. Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior. How gnarly is this movie? As y'all can imagine, the primary reason I'm reviewing this movie is because, as y'all can imagine, the new Mad Max film Furiosa is coming out this weekend. And by the way, just to let you guys know, my review of this movie will be up tomorrow morning, so stay tuned for that. But for the time being, guys, after talking about the 2015 Mad Max video game, to which if you have not checked out my review, go to the link in the description below. That's a really good game, but a very overlooked gem if you ask me. But guys, now it's time to get into the movie, at least for me, that got me into this franchise. 1979's Mad Max is a really good film. It's actually quite good. In fact, it's a nearly great film on my perspective, but I do think that if you're expecting the action-filled movie that really Mad Max 2 or even Fury Road is, you don't quite get that from 1979's Mad Max. Those of you who are looking for more of an action-filled movie with some surprisingly great character development, Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior is where you will go. And also, really quick, I do want to give a special mention to Beyond Thunderdome, which I do think is a fun, enjoyable movie. I mean, it's cheesy as fuck, do not get me wrong when I say that to you guys, but still, Beyond Thunderdome is a very enjoyable film. And I remember seeing all these movies like when I was like a teenager. This movie, when I first watched it, just floored me, and I was just, what's the word to say? I can't really say flabbergasted, but I was mind blown that in 1981, that stunts like this could be accomplished. As a teenager, this movie blew my damn mind. So as y'all can imagine, watch this movie as a 31-year-old. How does this movie hold up? Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior seriously holds up like the fine wine that it is. It's really an accomplishment of how you can have solo dialogue, but also have some great character and great just world building and storytelling after that first film. Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior is, to put it bluntly, it is fucking awesome. All of the performances here are really good. In fact, they're really great. Mel Gibson as Mad Max, or excuse me, as Max. Now, really quick, say what you know about Mel Gibson. The guy has said some pretty fucked up shit in the past. Admittedly, he has. But when it comes to him in movies, whether he is acting or directing or just making one in general, this man knows how to make a movie. And I gotta tell you all, Mel Gibson in this movie is brilliant, especially portraying a character, especially this time around, that doesn't have a lot of dialogue. The way that Mel Gibson is able to communicate just using his body language, his face, and his emotions, I thought did a great job. And he does have some great lines of dialogue for sure. That cynical drifter, a man of few words, and a brilliant job at that. Also, one other actor I have to give particular praise to, I can't remember his name, give me 1 second. Bruce Spence as the gyro captain. He's the one that has that, the gyrocopter. I thought he gave a great performance. Jill Nelson, I'm pretty sure I fucked that name up and then some, as humongous. Great performance, and man, Daisy gave off a presence. Obviously, going on to one of the best aspects about just not only Mad Max 2, but the entire saga so far, and that is George Miller's direction. Can I just mention, and I'm pretty sure I'm just echoing what others have been saying about George Miller, can I just mention how much of a goddamn mastermind that George Miller is at making action? This is a guy that from the very first Mad Max film coming up to now Furiosa is a guy that somehow at now what? Like at 70, 80 years old is still able to make action sequences that just give you such an adrenaline rush to the point where your heart's about to freaking explode. The action sequences and how George Miller directs these action sequences is still something that blows my mind, especially knowing how in 1981, how he didn't have the technology that he does have today. I mean, seriously, guys, George Miller does such a great job of making these absolutely just incredible action sequences full of spectacle, but at the same time, when it comes to the overall storytelling and the world building, George Miller says so much in these movies with character development without really saying a whole lot. George Miller gives you just enough development to make you care for this whole community of characters, along with the Gyro Captain, along with Mad Max, and what you get here is not only great emotional heft, but at the same time, once those action sequences come along, not only are you treated with incredible spectacle with in 1981, I don't know how the hell they got away with a lot of this stuff, and still to this day proves why he is not only one of the best action directors of all time, but one of the best directors, period. The action in Mad Max 2 The Road Warrior, it still blows me away, especially with the stunt work. In particular, there are a couple of sequences and just some shots in particular, which I'm going to get onto cinematography here momentarily, but still, especially when it comes down to the final act's chase sequence, which is, by the way, one of the best action sequences ever in a film. Not even kidding when I say that. Now, not to say, by the way, that the other action sequences aren't good, because, to be fair, they're great. Every action sequence in this movie is beautifully done. It's chaotic, but it's beautiful chaos. That's the best way I can describe the action, not just this movie, but just the Mad Max saga in general. But my god, the hits leave you going like this. Oh! God! There is a stunt in this movie. You guys know what I'm talking about once you'll see this sequence, but it involves one of the villains, Max, and the kid in this movie. And this stunt legit made me go like this. Holy shit! It is a stunt that to this day still blows my mind, and one of those stunts that I must talk about was done, I believe, by stunt coordinator Guy Norris, in which he was flung off his motorcycle and actually injured his leg. That stunt was shown on this movie, and my god, not only ow, but that stunt, again, holy shit! This movie is such a gorgeously shot film that not only does have some beautiful cinematography with some great exterior shots, great wide shots, but how the action is framed. This dude, George Miller, cinematographer, really went to work on this movie, and it shows. One of my favorite shots of the entire film, because I am certain that they used the camera with the gyrocopter. There is a shot in this movie into which I don't know how in the hell they pulled this shot off, but watching it today still absolutely blows my damn mind. There is a great shot of watching these bandits just doing their thing. Beautiful. This movie flies right by, and by the time it ends, you're just thinking, God dang, that was awesome!
Well, that's just fucking great!
Cons with this movie? I got nothing.
And here we go.
So overall, Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior is simply put, badass. Not only is Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior a better film than Mad Max, but it's simply put, a badass action film. All in all, I'm gonna give Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior a 5 out of 5. Mad Max 2 The Road Warrior is an awesome film. It's gnarly as fuck, and it's a movie that I definitely recommend you guys see, especially knowing that Furiosa is coming out this weekend. Check out Mad Max 2. It's so fucking good. I hope you enjoyed my review of Mad Max 2 The Road Warrior. If so, hit the like button, or if you dislike the video, hit the dislike button. If you guys want to see my previous 2 videos, please click right there or right there. And of course, until my next review or video goes live, I'll see you all next time.